Alright guys, welcome to this video. I'm going to show you how to stream mobile games. Um, Basically we're going to be streaming, or I'm going to be specifically showing you Future Fight, but it works for other games. You should hopefully be able to see that. And we're going to be using OBS to stream. Obviously if you use XSplit or something else, you'll have to learn the ins and outs of that, but the concept is still the same. So I've posted in the chat, this is a link to Nox. It is a emulator for Android. So step one, if you're going to be streaming mobile games, is you need an emulator of some kind. There's BlueStacks, there's Nox, there's a bunch of stuff. Right, so pick Android, iOS, whatever your thing is. This specifically is going to be for Nox. So let's say you've gone ahead and done that now. The next step is to set it up so that you can play. So obviously you go to the Play Store, you log in, you do all that stuff. You download the game you want to play. In this case, Future Fight. So I've gone ahead and done that. You can see sort of the stuff going on. So what you see up here, you have your settings. So settings you can change, your display ratio and whatnot. I like the 1280 by 720. Unfortunately, this is the size of my monitor, so it makes it really hard to do things. You can pick your frame rate, all the fun stuff. You can go through and select your device and whatever it is that you want to do. The important icons you want are this one up here. It looks like a little keyboard. I'm going to get into detail onto what's going on here, but that's an important button. And depending on your device, this can be important too, but for me, not so much. So first thing we're going to do is, if you've never seen Future Fight, I should probably just show you what it looks like, what a level looks like. We're going to go ahead and play a little story mode. We're just going to run a little Ghost Rider. So basically I've got it set up so I'm playing on a PS4 controller. So I guess on another video I'll show you how to connect a PS4 controller, but let's assume that you have an Xbox controller, a PC controller, whatever. You've got a controller hooked up. Yeah, so this is what the game looks like. So basically you have pause. Hold on. My arrow is not showing. Oh, it should be showing. Showing? Yeah, okay. So basically these are your skills and your normal attack. So basically if you want to map it to a controller, you want to be able to push a button on the controller that maps to one of the skills. You also have 3 characters over here. I did not click fast enough, so you want to tag in and out depending on the situation. Obviously that level is super easy, so it's not, tagging's not like a big deal, but you have tags. There's also an icon down here that shows up if you have the right team synergy. It gives you a co-op move, so basically all of your characters jump on the screen. So you want to be able to push that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up the stage. I picked the stage specifically because I know right at the beginning there's nothing happening. I think I've got autoplay on. So we'll have to click that off real quick. And we're going to run over here. Alright, so I'm not going to be attacked. I have plenty of time to do whatever it is I need to do. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click this controller icon. And the first thing you want to do is for these spell buttons, right? So this is where the co-op would be, and it's a little hard to see, but then you have your 5 skills, right? So what you do is let's get rid of number 5. What you would do is you click this icon, it says MOBA something or other. Click this. Drag this to where you want it. You want to click it. Oh, what the hell? I've never changed the size before. I didn't know that was an option. Is that what this is? No. I don't know. Drag this to the button. Well, it's a button on the screen, right? And we had it mapped to input 5. Right, so we're going to tweak all of these just so they're over the button. Autoplay is kind of a stupid one to have mapped. So we're going to go ahead, this little icon over here is an assist, so we're going to go ahead and move it over there. So yeah, then you map these to your controller, whatever the buttons are. And then for me, someone using an Xbox controller, well, a PlayStation that the PC thinks is an Xbox controller, that, like I said, that's another video. I went ahead and mapped all these things. So 0, you can see 0 here maps to number 0 here. Number 5, so right, the trigger maps to this button. This bumper maps over here. The co-op skill, I don't have one, so it's worthless right now. But and then M would be the assist, and so on and so forth. You do the same thing with this guy. If you click this, it'll give you your directional pad. So you try to line it up in the center, you pick your buttons, you map your buttons. I'm using XPattern, you can use whatever. So you map things that way. The other thing is there are some things that won't work. Like these map very specifically to certain actions, and certain actions aren't all the same. So like tagging, these characters over here. This icon doesn't work for that. That's not what it's intended for. For whatever reason, I don't know the specifics, but it doesn't work. What you want to use is this guy. This will set you up to do the hotkey. So once again, I map these to RTY. It's very much the same as you saw before. Different size circle. Concept's the same. And then once again, when I do this, I've mapped it to my directional pad. Right, so this is the joystick, this is the directional pad. The nice thing about this program is you can map 2 keys to the same thing. So I have up as the first character, the side buttons as left and right as the second character, and down as the other one. So that way if I'm not great with my inputs, I can still make it work. Yeah, so we've pretty much got the setup. This H and G you see are for collecting items, really, out of my inventory. Basically, when I play Shadowland, which is what I do mostly on stream, there's lots of rewards, and you can do claim all, but I have stuff in there that I don't want to claim necessarily right away. So H is set to start, and G is set to select, so I just start, select, start, select, start, select, so I can collect the things that I want. That's why those are up there. And that's pretty much it. Just click save, and now you're pretty much set up to play on a controller. The next part of this is how to stream, and this might get a little tricky, but we are going to go here, and let's go ahead and remove these. Alright, so I've got OBS, and we've got a new scene, and I hope you can see this. It's just black, which is pretty worthless. But basically, you create your new scene. Whoops. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to keep this open because I need it. So just if we're going to do a very, very simple layout, right? So just the game and me on a webcam, right? Well, actually, let's do a little more sophisticated so I can show you all the things that I've got set up. Step 1 is to select a background image. As you see, I've already got one, but if you create a new one, it's image. You go to browse on your computer. I'm going to take that off the screen. That's actually not bad. Basically, you navigate to where your image is. It'll show up here. You're all good. I'm going to delete this so that I can select my existing one. Right, I don't know how big it'll show up on your screen, but you can always readjust the size. So that's what I'm doing here. The next thing you probably want is the game itself. So we're just going to do an add. We're going to do add window capture. Basically, this Knox is a window, right? A file is a window, OBS is a window, all these things are windows. So anyway, just pick a new window. We're going to call it window capture 2. It's going to be deleted, but it's fine. So you're going to select your Knox. If you have, these are all your other windows that you have open. You just leave it the same. If you want the cursor on or off, this is what you would check. For the time being, I'm going to leave it on, but in my normal setup, I have it off because I just think it gets in the way. So we're just going to leave it on. We're going to do that. Once again, it fits how it fits. But the problem here is that now we have like the menu bar and stuff at the top, right? And we don't want that. It looks bad, right? So you're going to go to filters. You're going to go to add. You're going to go crop. You can call it whatever you want. Crop's fine. Chances are you're not doing like multiple crops. And so we want to cut off the top, right? So we're going to go ahead and just hit up until it's off the screen. Okay, that looks good to me. We're going to do that, and then we can position it where we want. You can use arrows, you can use the mouse to drag and drop, all that stuff. As you see, I kind of got, they're not like perfectly measured, but kind of got boxes. So yeah, we've got that. Next thing, obviously you want probably a webcam. At least you should want a webcam. I think, you know, there are a lot of people that don't do webcams, but I think the personal interaction between a viewer and a streamer comes across better when you have one. So you're just going to go to video capture device. I'm going to click new, but I already have one, so it's not really going to work right here. But yeah, you select your camera. There's all these settings you can tweak to fit your needs. But I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Hey, go away. We're going to load up my actual webcam that I've set up previously. This is me. Obviously, this is way too big for this little tiny box. So shrink it. That's more or less good. So now you can see me. Now I'm on here. The next thing, this area right here is for chat. I like to have the chat on the screen. I know a lot of people play or watch Twitch on mobile devices, you know, whether it be a tablet or a phone, and because of the shape of the device, you can't always have the stream on screen and the chat. So a lot of people like it when the chat is on the screen so that they're not like constantly flipping their phone and doing that stuff. So there is a cool site called Streamlabs. Let me log in. I should have pulled this up first. Anyway, chat box. Yay. Okay, here we go. Let's turn that off. Yeah, so you go to Streamlabs, you scroll down and you can click on chat box. I'm not going to show this, but basically what you do is you copy this link. Right, well, you make all your settings, you click save, it'll update this link to whatever it is you need it to be. And then you want to go to, in OBS, you're going to go to add browser source. Okay. I'm not going to post this here because then everybody can use it. That's a bad idea. But you post your link here. You pick the size of the box, all that stuff. And it will show up, much like you're seeing this. This is what this link leads to. But if I go to add browser source, chat. Alright, so now I have this rectangle, it's chat, position it where you want. It does not start exactly at the bottom, so you can, and I argue should, have it hang over a little. But if I start typing in chat, yeah, you can see the chat is appearing on the screen. The other thing you probably want to do, that's not what I wanted. Damn it! Oh, I guess the chroma key is already in there with the Streamlabs. I forget how these all work specifically. Let me take this over here. Yeah, I mean, I think that it just does, it ignores the background, so it's transparent. So you want to adjust your color settings to match. So like I do blue because it matches the Hero Squad stuff. On the white background it works. If I had like a black background, okay, that doesn't work, but the white background works. And we're getting rid of this guy. Okay, next up is you can have what's really cool about the Streamlabs is it's got like a bunch of different features. Another one is if you go to alert box, once again you will do the same browser source situation that I just described for chat, but you will take this link and you can set all of your different things for follow, for subscription. These are testing. That's not what I wanted to click. Oh, follow. Right, so you can pick your GIFs or pictures or whatever in here. We'll do the same thing. Yeah. So anyway, then you come over here. OBS, you have your link. You'll do the same, add browser source. I'm going to do existing. We're going to do alerts. We're going to click OK. The thing I would say is you want alerts appear to be sort of on the top so that it always appears above everything. Right, so if we do test follow, you see now that the follow works. If we do test host, maybe. If you mash them too fast, it does get a little confused. It's also possible, oh, I don't have hosts. Test bits. There we go. So yeah, that's what you want. And the thing, why I say this needs to be on top is if you have, say the game capture over it, when I do the test follow, nothing shows up. But if I move it back up, you can see that it comes up before the game. The last thing would be the stream labels. This takes a little more work. But basically, if you follow this tutorial of Windows, you get all these text files. The text files update based on what's going on in your stream stuff. So basically, what you do at that point is you do add from text. Right? Yeah. So you do add text. We'll just, that's fine. And then you scroll down to, where is from file? Oh, read from file. You browse to the file. I'm not going to show you my whole laptop. Let's do games. So basically, once you install the either Windows or OS, whatever you use, once you install the files, you just navigate to them. I'm going to go ahead and pick most recent follower. Alright, so you can tweak the fonts, you can do whatever. Alright, so fonts, whether or not they're transparent, color, let's pick a fun color. So yeah, now it's this little tiny thing up here. But you can stretch and do whatever. You can also, based on the settings of the Twitch labels, you can set like, you know, like a title before this. So this is like my most recent follower. So say I wanted most recent follower, like semicolon, this guy's name. Like you can set all that up in the Twitch labels. That's not actually part of this OBS streaming thing, but that's how you set all this up. And eventually when you do enough of that, you get something that looks like this. Obviously you don't have this guy up here because that's for speed running. That's a whole different thing, but this should give you the basics of how to basically stream more or less what I've got. And yeah, hopefully some people find this helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, or anyone watching live now, put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And yeah, if you guys want any follow-ups or anything like that, please let me know, and I will do my best to do that. Otherwise, that's it for me, and I will see you guys next time.